Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing a lovely IWC Portugieser Perpetual Calendar. This is part of the reference 5033 series -02. So 5033-02, a model launched in 2015, 44.2 millimeters in red gold. It is a glorious 7-day automatic perpetual calendar that measures 15.1 millimeters thick and 52.4 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. You can see on my wrist, 16 centimeters in circumference. It does fill up my wrist. So I think you really need to have a wrist of 16 centimeters circumference or larger to wear this 44.2. It is a substantial watch. You're getting a lot, but it does take up a lot of real estate. It is low enough, though, with a domed crystal and concave bezel, that you can probably fit it underneath a dress cuff. And as you can see, down the barrel, it is quite broad. Over the top, it's right out to the edges of my wrist. Taking a quick look at the strap, only the finest. This is a Italian-made Santoni strap with their signature signal orange underneath in calfskin. It's a brand new IWC factory strap, and you will note that it uses a lovely sort of gradient coloration for the large rectangular scale alligator leather on the top. The OEM straps for IWC these days are very, very nice. As you can see, it is bolstered to give it a little bit of body. It has a monotone stitch. It's a medium brown, though that does fade as there's a gradient across each of the scales. It uses a shear cut side showing you the layers of leather, and you can see the same side, or the same sides, I should say, on the opposite side, and a clasp that deploys. It's a single fold, chiseled inside, alternately polished and satinated externally. It's quite substantial and helps to guard against accidentally dropping your watch while you don it or remove it at bedside. Blended lug profile, as we've seen on the Portugieser since the first one in 1939. Satinated caseband, polished lug hoods. You can see the bezel is concave, so it's visually a little bit lighter, and it's olive high polished. It has a small vertical section adjacent to the concave profile. A nod to history, we have a box section cambered sapphire designed to look like the plexiglass of the original reference 325 Portugieser IWC Probus Scafusia crown. That is their motto: good solid watches made in Schaffhausen. The dial, again evocative of 1939, vertical, Arabic numerals. We have small seconds at 9 o'clock rather than the original 6 o'clock, and leaf-style hands. The dial is a silver satin matte or opaline, and you can see sunken registers. We have coaxial, a power reserve, and then a date over at 3 o'clock. The power reserve of the watch is 7 days. We have coaxial, constant seconds, and a day of the week indicator. We have your month indicator down at 6 o'clock, a moon phase at 12, and then we have the year, decade, century, and millennium for the perpetual calendar down at 7:30. Now, it uses the Kurt Klaus designed perpetual calendar system, so with a quick set, everything is mechanically programmed. So all you have to do is set the correct date for the month you're in, and everything, the year, the decade, the century, even the moon phase, all of that moves in sync. Now, I should say, the watch does come with a century slide, so your watchmaker can replace 20 with 21, 22, 23, and 24 as necessary, but the year and the decade, those are fully automated and mechanically programmed. So as you quick set this watch with the ease of a Rolex Datejust, you don't have to look up the moon phase for the day you're in. Again, all of this is programmed until the year 2100. Now, the watch does feature a hacking or stop seconds function, so you can stop the seconds and set this watch to intervals as small as 1 second or as large as a century. And the moon phase does not need to be adjusted for 122 years. Turn it all over. We have a IWC manufacturer caliber, the latest twin barrel version of the 52000 series. This is the IWC caliber 52610, automatic winding, bidirectional. The winding system is the Albert Peloton system, developed in the 40s and brought to market in the 50s. Only the difference here is that it uses a ceramic pawl wheel and ceramic pawls. This reduces wear and reduces the amount of dirt on the movement. It doesn't occur anymore. On older versions of the Peloton, it was very durable and it was very efficient, but it would create a dirt on the movement condition. That's been remedied with the use of the ceramic. We have a balance that now beats away on the 52000 series at 28,800 vibrations per hour. It's free sprung for durability, adjusted in 5 positions, and it has a handmade Breguet over coil hairspring, so in any position it keeps good time. The big change for the 52,000 series, in addition to the beat rate, was the addition of a second mainspring barrel, as well as a skeletonized bridge that allows you to see the barrels. With twin barrels, it no longer has its prior flaw of running too fast when fully wound and too slow when largely discharged. This 54 joule movement now keeps good time for the full 7 days of power reserve, and at over 37 millimeters in diameter, this handsomely decorated movement remains one of the world's absolute largest automatic winding calibers, with its incredible 7-day power reserve and programmed perpetual calendar. All of this 30 meters water resistant. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.